Well, speaking of relief, maybe not getting relief, is in the political world today where Bill Barr was authorized to declassify as necessary and to open an investigation. Well, we're now learning that the dossier author, that dirty dossier, Christopher Steele, is saying that he will not cooperate with federal prosecutors.
Why is that?
Will not be interviewed, will not be a part of the process.
He did cooperate with Robert Mueller, but he's saying he won't cooperate with William Barr's investigation or John Durham's investigation. He might cooperate, according to this report, with Horowitz report, which comes out in May or June, according to Barr.
And this is why it's so important. Without pointing fingers, we as the American public who are commissioning all these people and paying all these salaries and doing all these studies and paying $30 million for Robert Mueller, we just want to know how it started.
Right.
Without any assumption of where it's going, how it started. No one's looking to get indicted. Can we just find out how it started? So to do that, we have to get the people who started it to tell us what happened. If you have nothing to hide, and if you said, their argument is, if you were me, you would have done the same thing. Show us how.
Yeah.
Show us exactly what you mean, because it's no longer okay for you to stiff-arm people that ask you questions.
Well, Christopher Steele was the one who actually wrote the dirty dossier. He worked for Fusion GPS. Who paid for that, for that to happen? The Clinton campaign and the DNC, their law firm, they were cutting checks, this law firm, to Fusion GPS.
They never thought this day would ever come.
Because they thought Hillary would win.
They thought she would win. All this was clouded in secrecy and classification.
Remember the insurance policy?
Exactly. A guy like Christopher Steele does his entire career being in the shadows, not being known, except by a relative few. The fact that his name is a household name is something he never expected, and as a result, he's saying, I ain't talking.
And just so you know, Christopher Steele really got his reputation with the FBI confirmed and solidified when they blew up FIFA, one of the most corrupt most corrupt sports organizations in the country. Did my mic fall off?
There
But one of the most corrupt sports organizations in the country. And after he did that, and the FBI, and they're still paying the price, and they put people in prison, the FBI, next thing you know, has this election to handle. They say, could you find out what's going on over there? And not only that, he uses his Russian contacts without showing up to find out what he says are Trump's antics in Russia, and all this alleged ties to Russia, but he never meets anyone face-to-face. He gets all secondhand information. He takes that dossier. They help launch an investigation, and then when it wasn't moving, he shows up in America and starts giving the information to press people like Korn and Isikoff, and they write Russian roulette in such detail you wonder, I know they're good, they were good reporters, but no one's this good, this quick, who knew that much information. So now it's being unwound, and they're pushing back in every way. Trey Gowdy knew a lot when he was questioning Brennan last year. Listen to this.
Do you know who commissioned the Steele dossier?
I don't.
Did the CIA rely on it?
No.
Why not?
Because we didn't. It wasn't part of the corpus of intelligence information that we had. It was not in any way used as a basis for the intelligence community assessment that was done.
We're going to find that out, because when the president authorizes Bill Barr to declassify and tells the intelligence community, as they did over the weekend or late last week, work with Bill Barr to share any relevant information that moves it outside the realm of the FBI, into the DNI, into the CIA, places where he was in charge at that moment. We will or should at least find out whether that statement is true.
OMG.
What if it's not?
But let's just add one other thing. There's Comey and Brennan are both telling each other, blaming the other one for using the dossier. So it's not a matter of us disagreeing with them. They don't agree with each other. McCabe and Comey disagree. We know that Comey and Brennan disagree. We know that Loretta Lynch and Comey disagree.
Because they're trying to cover their own tracks.
Of course.
Because they know all of this is going to be exposed in the next few weeks.
And all they know is they don't want you asking questions.
Right.
We're not allowed to ask questions. How dare we?
Michael Tracy's this independent journalist. He was on with Tucker last night weighing in on this. Listen to this.
It's incredibly ironic that it's now being cast as some kind of authoritarian power grab for President Trump to delegate to Attorney General Barr the authority to declassify information that would shine a light on the conduct of the country's most secretive spy institutions in 2016. Supposedly, we're now to believe that it's authoritarian to release that information to the public, to let them view it, and it's somehow saving democracy to have spy chiefs go on TV and declare that it would somehow jeopardize national security or put lives at risk to keep that information concealed. It's truly an inversion of the highest order, and more indication that we're in this weird, bizarre world.
There you go. OMG, to quote you, Brian.